What is up, guys? This is Tom, and today we're playing some domination on interchange using the ACR, but I'll go into my class setup a bit later. So this is my first ever M.O.A.B, which I'm really excited about because I got this gameplay probably 2 minutes ago, and yeah, I really hope you enjoy this. So I'm using the ACR with the suppressor attachment and the kick proficiency, I think, and I'm using the specialist kill streak. So I think my first three perks, my original three, were the Scavenger Pro perk, the Hardline Pro perk, and the Marksman Pro. Actually, no, I don't think it's Marksman Pro, but Marksman. And I think I'm using the FMG9 akimbo, so I don't think this is definitely not the hardest class setup to get it with, especially with probably the best primary weapon and the best secondary weapon in the game. But yeah, so I literally got this game 5 minutes ago. And I know you've probably seen quite a few M.O.A.Bs by now, but this is my first, and I think this is up there with some, well, not one of the most impressive, obviously, because it's not, but just due to the fact that 2 days ago I broke my wrist in 3 different places, and so I can't throw a grenade properly. I have to move my hand completely to be able to throw a grenade. I will throw a lethal grenade just on my right side. And I also can't turn and aim with the right analog stick with my thumb as usual. So I have to use the thumb joint to aim around, which is really uncomfortable and quite painful as well. And because whenever I move my wrist, it hurts a lot. So I was on quite a few painkillers before I even started playing in this session. And this was, I think, my third game or my second game I played today. So yeah, and this is like the second game I've played so far. Probably going to play a bit later as well. But like this game, when I was going for this M.O.A.B, I wasn't actually going for. If you plan to get an M.O.A.B or a M.O.A.B, you never seem to get it just because you're thinking too hard about trying to play defensively. But I've realized that the only way you probably will get one is if you play super defensive. See here, I'm at the back of the map. I'm not really camping because I'm just here for like 5 seconds or something, then I move to a different place. But I've realised like the only way you can get an M.O.A.B is if you play defensively. The only non-defensive M.O.A.B I've seen is, well, obviously like all of the Man in Black ones and some of Fearcradz's ones, but like the Syndicate project or Syndicate's one, his was insane. Him just rushing around with like the FMG9s even, and that's probably the best I've ever seen, the best M.O.A.B so far. And this hopefully, well, I know it's really defensive, and I know that people will say that I'm camping just because I'm at the back of the map with a silencer and assassin, but it's literally the only way you're going to play, because I think the biggest tip I can give you if you're still struggling to getting an M.O.A.B, wait, look how lucky I get here. See, 3 people spawn there, and luckily the FMG9 akimbos can just mow through people like a tank, pretty much. They're so good up close and from distance. They've got pretty low recoil as well, which is always an upside to a secondary. If you can just destroy people without even trying, pretty much, you don't have to aim with these. But yeah, so this game, like as I said, the best trick I can give you, or the best tip I can give you to getting an M.O.A.B is play defensively and keep your back to the map, keep your back to the edge of the map at all times, pretty much, so you can't be flanked, you can't be killed from behind. See how I go on a nice little tear just before I call in the M.O.A.B. Look, I try and get this guy, like a crazy jump shot over the cars, but I fell, and then I die straight after. But yeah, so that's the easiest way to getting an M.O.A.B is if you sit with your back facing the edge of the map, and work your way slowly around the outside of the map. See, I try and patrol this back of the map from A round to the B hut, or the B to C hut, and because that's where they're spawning for pretty much this whole game. And you see there, I pick up the Omnicide and 6,000 point multi-kill, which is always a bonus. And so also in this game, I get, I think, 7 captures, which is pretty good, in my opinion, because in Black Ops, it showed you how many captures and defends you got, so you know, like, it always gave you an incentive to go and cap more flags because you wanted yourself to look more like a team player on the leaderboard. But I'll go into like all of that stuff which they should have kept from Black Ops in the next commentary. But yeah, so I capped 7 flags in this game because when I come out of my M.O.A.B, I know I haven't been playing the objective during that part, but I know that I've got to like step it up, and get a few flag caps, or otherwise we'd lose. And I couldn't really post a gameplay of me getting an M.O.A.B playing defensively if we lost. So see here, they're double capping us for most of the time I got my M.O.A.B, and so I knew that the only way I'd be able to do or be only post this if we won. So I like stopped caring about getting a good score because I think I was like flawless 40-0 when I called in the M.O.A.B. But I stopped caring about a good score and just try and cap as many flags as possible. So I think, and also capping the flags helps you get your perks. So I don't see why you wouldn't want to cap flags. But I think my teammates in this game were pretty shocking, to be honest, as they usually are. I think I had about 4 decent teammates, which actually isn't that bad considering it's ground war. Normally you have about 2 or 1 even. But I do certainly get the most flag caps on my team, and I probably get about 10 defends as well with the M.O.A.B, and stopping them from taking them at sea, like at the beginning and now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually no, that isn't the end of the gameplay. Sorry. Yeah, I get the specialist strike package. I get all 16 perks. I think it is 3 times in this game, which is pretty decent considering I normally use assault just because I like being able to run around and just play like recklessly. And if I get a predator missile and then die, I don't care because it's just I know that's probably the best thing to do if you got specialist support even. But look at me solo capping be like a boss in domination on ground war, like the hardest thing to do, without any like blast shield or any of those perks which help you stay alive for longer against explosives, especially without blast shield pro, which does help a lot. And see, again, I get the specialist bonus. I don't know if I get it 3 or 4 times in this game. I definitely get it once more at the end. But look at this. This is just an example of me failing at shooting with my knuckle. And then probably should have switched out there and cleaned that guy up with the shotgun out. But yeah, so this host migration here took like a minute and a half and gave me host. Just like it's always good to get host. That guy sent me a message like, congrats on the M.O.A.B. And don't know what happened there if the video just cut out. See here, I'm making sure that we get the flag cap to win the game, but luckily the teammates do cap a flag here, I think, as well. I think we get A and C pretty much at the same time. Yeah, there it is. And see, EMP got thrown up, and just because of Assassin Pro, doesn't affect me, which is why this perk is so good, because pretty much nothing affects you. And when you've got all 16 perks, the specialist thing, you've got Blind Eye as well, so you're pretty much invincible to everything. Like, I got really lucky here that guy's stupid. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the gameplay now, and it actually is the end of the gameplay after these next few kills. See, another like 5,000, 4,000 point kill. And it's just crazy. So yeah, I was going to cap that flag as well. So I end up with 4,740 score, which is pretty impressive in my opinion. You see my clan there, Stalker. I didn't come up with a name, but if you want to join the clan on Elite, just message me, like private message me. That's the end of the gameplay, guys. Please rate the video if you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll have some more gameplays up like this soon. Thanks for